Welcome to the solemn YuGiOh channel. Today is another historic day. We just had 3 auctions of some major cards ending this night. And these set some fucking record prices. So we'll go from low to high, but these are not low. The lowest card of these 3 auctions that sold today is SDK First Edition PSA 10 Blue Eyes. And what did it sell for? Over $10,000. That's right. When I bought this for a couple thousand, you know, pretty low couple thousand, people called me crazy. Why would you do that? You idiot! Yeah. Holy fucking shit. I had some interesting talks with Yamato Card Factory as well. He was like, I don't think it'll go over 4K. I was like, we don't know anything anymore. Ever since some of these cards have broken some prices, I am not gonna judge. I am not gonna price predict. And here we are. It's a bit over 4K, my friend. What a record price. And why? I mean, to me, it's always been clear. This is the Blue Eyes that everyone owned. This is the Blue Eyes that every little kid had in his hands from the Kaiba starter deck, usually unlimited, usually damaged. I was like, wow, wow. This is the card that people remember. And yeah, LOB Blue Eyes, I'm sure it'll keep going up and so forth, but it is not the card that people owned, and so they don't have as much nostalgia towards that art. Personally, I have nothing against the LOB art. Like, we have the BPT right here, like this beautiful boy. I think that horror look is pretty cool, but we just don't have the same connection to it. And so while the rarity will surely keep it high and keep it growing and so forth, the SDK only had to go up. And again, this is not financial advice, but it had to go up because that has the largest nostalgia factor. Now what's gonna happen next, I predict, is that the Kaiba decks are gonna have to be bought out. Now do note, these Kaiba starter decks, if you open them, you are not confirmed getting a PSA 10 First Edition Blue Eyes. That Blue Eyes can be an 8. It can be a 9. There's a bunch of issues with those decks that make it so you don't confirm 10s outside of the deck. But regardless, since it just sold for 10k, the few Kaiba decks that are listed for what, 5 or something, some people may think, that's worth a gamble. So if this is our lowest card at, I think $10,600 or something, or $10,400, yeah, crazy. The last sale for that was actually 3.5. That's quite the increase. Next up is DDS Blue Eyes. Now I don't own any DDS Blue Eyes, sadly, but it too sold at PSA 10 for $13,600. That's right. A few months ago I was talking to Tim from YuGiOh Tube, and we were talking about the value of the cards and how, you know, DDS Blue Eyes last sales were for 3.5-ish, in that range, maybe 4. And he said, well, I actually have some friends who are willing to pay 5. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I guess that's gonna be where the price is gonna go. Guess not, because there were people willing to pay 13. Now this one makes the least sense to me, because yes, it is the SDK art that people are attached to, but it's really easy to grade. These DDSs inside their games usually are preserved extremely well. So if you open one, it's likely a 10, maybe sometimes a 9. If you check the pop reports, it's really easy to grade. Regardless, it is beautiful foil. Like, I'm not judging at all. Again, if you want that original art that we all grew up on and loved, and you want some of that extra fancy dazzle, sure, go right ahead. And so now it's at 13k. Finally, yes, that was only the second. There is one card that sold for more, and this is another record prize right here. The Cyberstein BGS 10. Now when someone sent me this, I was like, wait, I was interested. I was definitely interested. However, when before I went to bed, it was already well above 8k, I was like, well, too bad. You know, I think the person here got a steal, but still, I was not willing to go that far. But how much did it sell for? Over $18,000. That's right, we have another record. Beautiful. So we had the raw sell for 10k. We had the PSA 10 sell for 15k, and now we had the BGS 10 sell for over $18,000. Crazy stuff right there. When people said I was crazy for buying some of these Steins high, well, I don't think so. I think these price cards are where it's at, because again, it's about rarity. It's about being old. You can say you don't like it, and you can say, oh, this is just cardboard, but in the end, clearly there's enough demand for them. And you may wonder, well, Cyberstein isn't as iconic as a Dark Magician Girl or whatever, but There are so many Dark Magician girls from MFC first edition. Now, I'm not knocking that card. Beautiful card. I'll probably see it go up the coming 5, 10, 20 years. But it's not a prize card. Prize cards, their cap starts at the amount that was given out, and that's 120-ish, 126 for Cyberstein. And from there it only went down. You really gotta understand. These set cards were starting at multiple tens of thousands of copies of these cards. And sure, over the years, they were all destroyed by kids. So yes, the pop now is low, but their starting point was still multiple tens of thousands. Maybe multiple thousands, I don't know the actual figures, but you know, a bunch worldwide. But then we're talking about a prize card. Started at 126, that is not even in the same category anymore. The BGS10 just sold for over 18,000. That's another little record for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, of course, you could say, oh, there's a few cards that sold for that, but when it comes to a card selling on eBay, let's say, very publicly, on a card that's not a one-off like a World's Prize card, that is a pretty major record. Now, once again, when I made my last video of we're at all-time highs and all of these cards weren't at these prices yet, people already said, we're in a bubble, it's never gonna go up, that's way too high, I wouldn't pay that. No one's actually paying that amount, you know. Oh, it was a private deal on Instagram? Sure, I just sold my Charizard for 20,000 million, No, see, there's private deals that are legit, and it only takes a little while before there's an open deal on something like eBay that actually confirms, yeah, people are paying these prices. So that was all for today. I just wanted to give you that quick little market watch, I guess. I only really want to cover like the really high-end interesting stuff. I'm not interested in the $5 card becoming $7. It's not my style. Like this video, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.